This is the emergency broadcast system. The CDC is advising that you stay in your home throughout all day.
We show up. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party.
We show up in the party.
Show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party.
We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party. We show up in the party.
Trust me now, awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight them. I could show you how to defeat them now.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Overdox official tournament 2. I am Sudden Death, and I will be the only one casting tonight. Crosby and Citrix are taking a little break tonight. Chat, how is it going with you? I see you back here. Arsgard back on time. He said be back in a second. I told you I'd hold it to you, man. I'll hold you to that one. Mayo in the house, NKL, Gerald Mack, YouTube, Jose Antonio. What is going on, everybody? Super excited for the matches tonight. We're going to go ahead and quickly go over what happened the last couple streams, and then we're going to hop in to this one. Of course, we got the playoffs tonight. We got Group 1 and 2. I can actually say numbers this week instead of letters, like I was saying letters were numbers last week if you guys were here for the stream or not. If you guys haven't seen the last couple week streams, I highly encourage that you go check those out. They are uploaded here as a video on demand. But of course, why don't you finish this stream before you check those out? Anyways, chat, with all that being said, we're going to hit this quickly, and then we're going to go ahead and hop on into the matches for tonight. We're going to go back and check out the preliminary scores between Group A all the way through D. Check out Group D, or Group A right now. Alpha 316, you can see, is the leader. 14 points scored there in match 2 and 3. Line Shade right below him with 39. Super close right there. 39 points. I mean, really, it's a margin of error there. Definitely going to be interested to see how both of those players perform tonight. They are in the room we're about to start, and it goes on from there. Group B. Biggles to the top spot. 36 total points. I believe he was actually in the chat a little earlier. Cutie Pirate below him at 33. Not as close as Group A, but pretty damn close still. But what was as close as Lord God under him at 32. 1 point away once again. And was at Spurts tie in there with the 32 points right there. When you look at that, the match number 2 for him, 15 total points scored, went off there on Downtown. Heading over here to Group C now. Sexpada, 43 total points scored. Advisor right below him with 36. And Yibian with a respectable 31. Chat match is being prepared right now. I can see it. I see some people in the chat saying they're nervous. Some people are hyped. We'll see. I'm talking about the in-game chat. I haven't looked at the YouTube chat here a second. We'll be back over there in just a second. Group D, the final group here. Convoy, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly there. Top of the leaderboard, 36. Dat 333 right on below him with 27. And Jack Frost just barely below him, like a finger, man, right below him at 26 points. We're going to quickly take a look here at the bracket for Group 1, and then we're going to be basically ready to hop on into this. Okay, we're trying to get through this as quickly as possible. We are almost ready. Players are giving the final confirmation here, going through final checkups. Group 1 playoffs match. These are the matches that are happening tonight, right now, okay? Coming up right now, we got Alpha. Again, we'll be watching out for Alpha, Sexpod, a couple of the top players right there. Watch out for Yibian, Cutie Pie. Really got a lot of interesting players here. Spurts, watch out for him on Downtown. Had a great match on Downtown last time he played on stream. We'll see what happens this week. Chat, let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below. Curious to see who you got. By the way, epics are now allowed, okay? Unlike the preliminaries, you were not allowed to use epics. You can use everything but legendaries tonight. So I'll be seeing some more interesting weapons. I think we are ready to go. Waiting for final confirmation, chat, and we will go ahead and get on to the match. Once you came to see, I'll show you my semi-attractive face for just a couple more seconds. Again, I like to keep it on your screen for too long, lest I crack one of your displays, and I don't want to do that. Again, waiting for final confirmation, and we will hop on in here. I see match is now starting. It's not too bad, NKL. Just you gotta deal with everything on the back end, plus do the casting. So it'll definitely be interesting. Hang tight with me tonight. And we are diving in right now, folks. We're going to get rid of my semi-attractive face and hop on in here. Just leave you with my sexy voice. We'll get rid of the music. We are off to the races. Death Asylum here. Map 1 here for Group 1 in the playoffs.
3, 2, 1.
And here we are. Starting out with number 4, Cutie Pie here. Full match. Unlike the preliminaries, sometimes you have a couple people not show up for whatever reason, even though they confirm they were showing up. Everybody will be showing up for their matches starting now, which is fantastic. Let's take a look here. Spurts, number 1 here. Actually, showing me level 11 here. Working on doing the farm right now. Kills are now worth 1 point, unlike the first tournament, which are only half a point. And what we've seen over the last couple weeks is players play a little more aggressively in the start of the match compared to last tournament due to those kills being worth 0.5 extra. That point could really make a difference. Zebulon low, trying to get out of there. Sexpot going to engage with Spurts. Spurts landed a nice hit on him, but they're going to back on out of there. Spurts dodge that minion blast coming in. Spell being dropped. Take a look over here. Hunk in new. Taking a couple swings, not hitting anybody. Zebulon coming down to him. Liking Tyson right now with 1230 HP and Impulso at 1281. Players definitely to be watching here in the later game. Spurt's struggling right now, only 43 HP, about to get dropped here. Sexpada is chasing after him. And HP is going to go down. Dot is going to take that kill away from Sexpada. That's a point going towards him.
Restricting limit zone shortly.
And some recovery and movement speed boost.
Restricting limit zone.
Bye-bye, Baldo. Getting dropped right there. Limit zone slowly closing in. We got 10 players still alive here. This final zone is going to be an absolute bloodbath right now. Tyson getting over there. Cutie got to get smacked down in the zone. Coming back and a smackdown on top of Cutie. Tyson trying to take him down the ground. Alpha finishing off Zebulon. Dad going to put down Cutie Pie before he can get any damage done to him. Dad having to be careful right now. Low on HP.
5 survivors standing.
You're looking at it right now, and Tunga Nu and Impulse are definitely my favorites to take this first
Survivors standing.
map. Sexpada healing up a little bit. Gonna have to watch him, man. He can be quite tricky. Saw some impressive plays from him in the preliminaries. Jumping out there in the zone by mistake, taking away some of that health. Yeah, landing a nice little hit there on Impulse. They're going at it. Tunga Nu reappearing. Impulse has to be careful. It's very, very low on HP.
Restricting limit zone shortly.
Limit zone about to close an Impulse.
Restricting
Thought he was going to lose his life there, but somehow stayed alive and strike back on Sexpada, who jumped down the zone, and it's going to be Tunga Nu taking the first round here. Unless somehow Impulse was able to hold on there. Just too low on HP in order to do that. Impressive first round. Dat getting 2 kills right there. Yibian on the bottom there with the Blade of Black Snow. 3 kills. Most kills here in map 1. But Tunga Nu, our victor for map number 1. We're going to prepare map number 2 as we speak. Should be into that within the next minute and a half or so. These players are very, very quick to join. Shout out to them. We'll bring back up the brackets here so you guys can take a look at that here for group number 1. Preparing map number 2 here. Right now, we'll be heading over to downtown. But again, Spurts had a very, very fantastic match on that last stream, and Sexpada performed well on that map as well. So be curious to see those players go at it if they're in the final zone or if they get dropped out early. Chat, let us know your predictions down in the comment section down below. Very, very intense match. That's one I want to go back and watch again. I have a feeling, though, downtown's going to be better. You know how hectic downtown can get, the different angles and everything. Just got the room code to send over. We're going to go ahead and jump on into that. Chat, is my voice loud enough? I just want to confirm if it is. I need to lower it. Maybe it's too loud. Maybe I need to lower it. No, if it's too low, I need to raise it. If it's too loud, I need to lower it. Players joining up here. We should be good to go in just a minute or so. Again, shout out to all the players joining super quick. You know, preliminaries usually have a couple issues. Everybody's getting used to how everything's at, but now everybody knows how it works, how the tournament is being run, where you get that room code when you need to join, etc., etc. Players are joining up super quick, which allows us to hop into matches even sooner. Again, greatly appreciate the players being ready to hop on in. Let's hop on over here. I think Sexpada wins this bracket, my prediction. Yeah, indeed. I agree with that, Incal. He's going to have to play really well to make up for that L he took there early on. But we can see, again, he had looking back here at, let's see, everyone is not in. Confirming here something. I see an open space in the group. Okay. Let me look here. What was he? Group B he was in, I think. Curious, want to see that. Where was Spurts at? Yeah, Spurts is right here. Two more players needed to join up, and then we'll hop on in here. Looking at map number 2, 15 points total score there from Spurts. I don't remember how many kills he got. I think it was 4, maybe 5 kills he got on Downtown. You could say it was a fluke, but I think he performed very well in there. It's definitely something you're going to have to see how he does in that one. And you can see that first match he had from last stream as well didn't do great. Point-wise, I mean, look at that. He's probably scored about a similar amount of points, maybe a little less this round than he did there in map number 1. So it seems like he just needed to get warmed up and maybe just not as good on the Death Asylum. We'll have to see here. Again, that's just what I'm predicting. Let's take a look here at Sexpada again here on the bracket. I believe he was Group C. That is right, man. My memory's serving me properly here. Coming over. Now, Sexpada has the... what's the word I'm looking for? The most consistent performance. Huh. You can make a pun out of that if you want. But most consistent performance across all matches. 14, 14, and 15. Fairly even. All players who joined, we are ready to go. There we go. But yeah, so he's got the most consistent performance over his first 3 matches. However, Spurts can turn it up here. We'll see. Chat, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop on in here, or dive on in. We're off to map number 2, the Death Asylum. This is Group 1, the playoffs.
Three, two, one.
Starting out watching Tyson here. Impulse starting out with 1231 HP. Fantastic. Looking for that Baldo. He's just going to struggle. He's got and Yibian as well. Really all those first 5 players starting with lower HP, lower armors. They're going to need to go out there and get some farming done and try to build that up. They need that HP for that later game. Let's check out Sexpada here. Already stopping at the shop, seeing what he can get. A lot of action going up here towards the top spot of the map, the north area. Spurts and Sexpada, again, the 2 players I think are going to be in that top 3 spot by the end of this. Seeing each other, but deciding not to engage.
Special relic will be activated shortly.
I see to engage here. Still a little bit of farming. Veil already beginning to close in.
Special relics activated.
Spurts and Impulse gonna engage it out, hit him a couple times. Impulse jumping out there, impulsive move on his part. Zombie finding Baldo. Baldo just really struggling there. Unfortunate was the second player to get dropped first match, and now the first one to get dropped here in the second match. Impulse recovered some HP and just dodging that bus driver uppercut coming in there from that gold minion. Spurts is gonna leave him alone. Spurts is heading off to gonna try to get this universal device activated on his side. He's going to get it. Blind attack has been activated. Sexpada leveling up that HP. Like I said, it was first 5 players really needed to focus on that, and Sexpada has definitely done that, getting almost up to 1200 here. Impulse still looking very nice with 1421 HP, but Sexpada is doing it and trying to get up there past 1200. Yibian and Zombie and even Zebulon not in a great HP situation. Sexpada gonna engage Zombie, dropping him down by a little less than a quarter. Just feeling each other out right now. Sexpada getting that device activated. Dash being limited. Veil closing in. He's gonna stop at the shop one more time. Zombie's actually gonna follow him and engage, hitting him once, but getting back out of there. Sexpada barely even registering it, just like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'm gonna collect some health and get back over here towards the center of the zone. Only 1 player to have gone down thus far. This is a lot different from how the preliminaries went. Like I said earlier, players were engaging each other a lot more and chasing for kills. I guess you could say that was potentially because it was the preliminaries. Maybe you're taking advantage of some newer players that are participating in the tournament and just going ahead and farming those points earlier on. But a lot of these players know each other. They've played with each other in previous tournaments. They know how deadly they can be, and they respect them. They respect each other and are waiting and playing to their best abilities here. They're going to wait till that final zone to really start engaging here. That's what it's beginning to look like. Alpha had a fantastic set of matches in the preliminaries. Haven't seen much from him tonight. Man, there's about to be some carnage laying down, man. It is about, it's just the calm before the storm, man. They are about to just unleash it on each other. Start cracking some skulls here. Vale closing in. Yeah, it is about to go down. And there is an Impulse finding Dat. I totally missed that. Was too focused there. Spurt's getting a little more health before that final battle, man. Fully healed up here. Well played for him. Sexpotted going under strike. Totally misses him. Spurts dodges out of the way. We got 10 players here for the final Vale. Crazy Zombie missing a little stab. They're going to back up. Their Spurts coming in. Zombie dipping on out of there, and man, there's strikes going back and forth. Players getting hit. Impulse on guard. Alpha over here to Spurts is left. Let's check out Alpha, see what he's up to. Hiding in the grass is really playing stealthily here. Taking a quick jab there on Tyson, missing it. He's going to move back into the grass. He's going to get tag teamed there by Spurts and Zebulon, but he backs on out of there. Tyson is definitely the wounded Gazelle here. Everybody is going after him, and he is probably going to be the next to get dropped here. This is absolutely insane. Players going to drop. Spurts finding to kill. Alpha staying alive over in the corner. Zombie coming in, dropping him really quick. Those players get knocked out there into the zone. Sexpot is still alive, going at it. Trying to stay up here. Spurts and Impulse both over 1,000 HP right now. Zombie is about to go down. Sexpot trying to stay alive. Zombie getting knocked out. They almost knocked out into the zone. Never mind. Impulse is finishing him off. Just feeling each other out right now. Yibian. Look at Sexpot and Spurts both going at it, man. They know these guys, they're the top players here, the most likely to win. They feel it, they know they like this map. Spurt's very low on HP, trying to get away, but he is going to get dropped there by Yibian. Yibian staying alive. Impulse looking great HP-wise. We'll see what Sexpot come back with. Quickly changing the momentum in his favor. That HP had me a little nervous, but no, he didn't give a crap. Sexpot just needs to land one more hit there on Impulse, but Impulse is able to land it, and that Vale should finish him off, and Impulse is going to be your victor right there. Well played there by Sexpot, trying to take that first place position, but it's just not going to be able to get it. Incredibly well played there by Impulse. 4 kills and the W. I don't think you really could ask for a better performance there in map number 2 here on Downtown. Well played there, sir. Land of Opulence is up next. We'll see if Impulse can carry his impressive performance over to map number 3, or maybe somebody will come up and surprise him. Baldo really been struggling last couple maps. He's going to need to have a very impressive performance here on map number 3 if he wants to move on. Taking a look here at the bracket number 1. Once again, we'll be preparing map number 3 here shortly, chat. Again, probably just about a 2-minute wait or so. Already got the room code sent to me, and I have heard players are joining. They're joining before I'm even in here. Fantastic. That is what I like to see. A lot of people are in that final zone indeed. All right, we were in here now. Players joining up as we speak. Probably just a minute or two wait, and we'll be able to go ahead and start this. Impulse with a fantastic map number 2. Chat, who are you supporting? Who are you going for? Are you competing in the tournament yourselves and just seeing who's in group 1? See what competition you could have. Group number 2 coming up after this. We'll do a quick little tease. Why not? Might as well. Quick little tease here for group 2. Why isn't it working? There we go. Wasn't working for a second. I was like, what the heck? Little tease there. Chat right now, code esports mobile will get you 30% off anything on gfuel.com. That is right, 30% off anything. Whether you're looking to pick up a tub, some energy crystals, maybe a 3-pack, maybe a variety pack, I don't know, whatever the case may be. Code Esports Mobile has it covered, 30% off right now. It's rare that we got a code that's 30% off back to back to back. You've been using it, you've been requesting more, you want access to it. Well, it's available once again. 30% off anything on gfuel.com by using code esportsmobile. Take advantage of it, like I said, while you can. It's going to expire soon here in the next couple of days. Get you 30% off the amazing product that is G Fuel. Saves you some change, as well as helping us out here at Mobile Esports, which we do greatly appreciate. Jose, playing under the name of El God. I see you waiting your turn, man. Lord God. What you think of the competition so far? One more player needed to join up here, and we can go ahead and hop on into the match. Again, shout out to all the players for joining super quick. Yo, what's going on, Name? I'll see you in here, man. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that final player to join, and we will be able to hop on in. What the heck? My video editing software just started for some reason. It's weird. I guess I accidentally clicked it. All right, Spurts has joined. We are good to go. Waiting for that final confirmation and the dive in, and we'll get rid of my semi-attractive face. We are live. Let me close out of the video editing software. I don't want that open. No. I don't want it open. Get out of here, Resolve. Diving on in now, chat. Here we go. Epics can now be used. For those of you wondering, we have seen some players take advantage of those epics here. And in the finals, all weapons will be available, including legendary.
Three, two, one.
And we are off here, players, yet to teleport in here. We'll see where they go. Most of these players choosing the center and just teleporting into each other. Not really any engagements taking place thus far. Sexpot and Tung and New dueling out. Tung very low on HP. Nobody chasing him just yet. We'll battle between Spurt and Sexpot. Maybe some revenge from map number 2. Spurt's going to try to get out of there before he gets hit once more. A little lower on HP than I think you'd like to be to start off the match. And Sexpot has him on his heels. Tyson getting dropped there by Zombie. Zombie wanted some of those Tyson chicken nuggets, man.
Special relic will be activated shortly.
Zebulon coming in might join in here on this little beat up on Spurts. We'll have to see.
Activated.
Looks like those players are going to go ahead and leave themselves alone. They'll get back to each other later. Alpha having a pretty quiet game, and honestly, I haven't really been paying attention to where he's been placing. Looks like he might just be trying to play well enough that he's going to go ahead and qualify for the finals. Not do anything too crazy that might get him knocked out, and just go ahead and play hard in the finals. That's beginning to see. That's what I'm beginning to see here from him. Playing very cautiously. Striking from the shadows, staying in those grasses, and trying to engage players that are by themselves. Spurts grabbing that special relic. A lot of players down here in the southern region. Let's take a look at Baldo. He's going to need a really he needs to get 4 or 5 kills and finish in the first place position. To qualify. I think he might be in last currently. Definitely struggling here. Can do it. We'll see what he can come up with in map number 3 here. Land of Opulence could just be the map for him.
Special relic will be activated shortly.
Activated here in 10 seconds. We'll see who grabs that. It appears Baldo.
Special relics activated. Restricting limit zone shortly.
Thought he might have been trying to go get it. Tunganu gonna activate that. Curse of Poverty being activated. Veil closing in now. Baldo here just getting ready for that in-game action. Visibility curse being dropped by Dat. Thought Zebulon and him might have engaged. I think Baldo knows the situation he's in. Playing a little aggressive here, trying to go after Alpha, but Alpha's going to get out of there and hide in the grasses. All these players getting set up here in the grasses, going to be going in. 11 players here going to be for the final zone. Alpha and Baldo going at it. Alpha a little lower at HP. Baldo trying to dip out of there. Alpha almost jumping out there into the zone. Has to be very, very careful. Baldo getting that first kill there on Zombie. Unfortunately, I missed it. He's going to need a couple more kills and finish high here. Oh, my lord. Unfortunately for him, he's going to get knocked out there in that zone. I think it's going to catch up to him. I hope he just stayed on the outside edge. Low on HP here. Has to be careful in between Sexpada and Spurts, and I think Spurts is going to make him pay for it. Tunganu coming from behind. Sexpada finishing off Baldo. He tried his best. Well played there by him. I like to see that. Alpha there in the middle. Alpha, Tango, Bravo. He needs to get out of there. He's not going to be able to get a support chopper to come in and get him. Zebulon is going to stab him and take him out. Couldn't parry out of that one. Cutie trying to stay up here. Zebulon looking very nice here, HP-wise. Looks like him and Sexpod will be the ones dueling it out here for the end, unless somebody can go ahead and get a heal coming in. Cutie Pie now being dropped there by Sexpada.
Restricting limit zone.
I gotta say, from what I've seen so far, Sexpod is definitely gonna be one of the favorites here in the finals. It just seems to have the most consistent performance. Well played there by Zebulon, coming out in the top spot here in map number 3, but just seems again to have that most consistent performance across all maps. Not necessarily finishing first every single time, but he's finishing in that top 3 spot and getting a couple kills, which is only going to help him help his average, right? Well played there by Zebulon, getting 5 kills there. That top spot player last couple rounds has not only hit the top spot, but gotten multiple kills. From the preliminaries, we saw many players make it to that top spot with only getting 1 or 0 kills. It's cool to see that shift, where a lot of the times in the preliminaries, you saw players down in the bottom 6 to bottom 8 getting the chunk of the kills, and the players up top maybe getting 1, 2, or 0. It's cool to see that shift there. Chat, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors, and we will be right back with Group 2. They are joining the room as we speak. We should be in this shortly. See ya on the flip side.
Hat, tub, shaker, energy crystals, or anything in between, please make sure to go check out gfuel.com for their great assortment. All you got to do is add something to your cart. Make sure that it's something that you want to give it a try, or something that you've already had. Check out. Then fill in some of these details right here. Some of them are, of course, our code esportsmobile for 10% off anything and everything on gfuel.com. That code again is esportsmobile. In this case, you get 30% off. Use your payment method of choice. Go ahead and follow the on-screen prompts, and there you go. That's it. That's all you got to do to complete your G Fuel order. Make sure you use our code esportsmobile for 10% off. In this case, 30% off your order. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Peace, please.
welcome back, chat. Group number 2 here for the playoffs coming up here now. Players are joining. I'm going to quickly run down some of the weapons these players are going to be using. Line Shaders opted to go for the Savagery Mace. Looking at here at... trying to go from the top there. Undying Rage. We'll be using the Dark Pulse. Sword. Excuse me, he has just changed to a mace here. Going to be going with the Thunder. The Thunder Mace. See if you can make it rain here in these matches. I'm not sure how to pronounce this player's name. JVZ has yet to join the lobby. Biggles will be rocking the KS Ender Epic Giant Sword. Advisor, gonna rock that Lotus Flower Longsword. Some of these players are still changing up their weapons. I've seen them change a couple times. Lord God rejoining here. Having switched out his weapon here. It looks like he'll be going with the Knight's Heart. Again, unless he decides to change. Epics can now be used for those of you just joining. In the preliminaries, they were banned. The finals will be legendary. Legendaries will be allowed. Civics and Crosby should be back next stream, folks. Definitely misses the night, but they got some stuff going on. I understand. I'm just thankful to get to hang out with you all tonight and watch some of these fantastic matches. I know they'll be watching the matches on a video on demand, and we'll be back next week. Let's know your predictions here for group number 2. If you got anything, anybody you're cheering for, anybody you're going for, who you think will be in that top spot. We can take a look back here and see how some of these players performed in their respective groups. Biggles and Lord God here playing here in group number 2. Players taking just a little bit longer to join this time. But here's group B. Again, we have Lord God and Biggles playing in this one. Biggles actually first place there in his group. Letter B, almost saying number again. First match came out swinging hard and swung pretty hard in the last 2 matches as well. 14, 11, and 11 respectively, netting him a total point score of 36. Lord God finished in 3rd place, very respectable as well. 12, 9, and 11. Playing very hot there in their first match. I was reading out players' weapons, but they have changed them back and forth. They're essentially what's going on is they're just changing weapons as players are coming in and they're seeing what they're using and they're going back and forth and switching. So basically, besides I think Line Shader, everybody I said, all right, we are ready. 2 players not being able to join. Unfortunately, we have dived in here and we are off. I was busy doing some analysis.
3.
I'm not sure
2,
where.
1.
Oh, Jack Frost is here. He, actually, I'm not seeing him. No, he's not. I'm not sure where he's at. That is weird. I'm not sure. Maybe joining next round? I don't know. That's very uncharacteristic to see him not here. Lost the races here on Death Asylum. Lord God taking out some minions. Senpai coming behind. Thought he might engage. Take advantage of it, but he's not going to. Biggles running off there to the left. Both Jack Frost and JVZ didn't show up. I don't know if they thought the match was starting at a different time or if they had something else show up. we'll see maybe the players join here for map number 2. We've seen that happen before. They were just unaware of the start time. They realized their mistake and go ahead and get in for map number 2 and 3. Unfortunately, though, missing out in map number 1 can really hurt you. You gotta have some very impressive showing in map 2 and 3 in order to finish. Charles getting chased here. He's down to 48 HP, trying to get away. Got that bleed curse on him. Man, I'm surprised Biggles didn't take a swipe at him. He's trying to. Charles healing up a little bit. He's still in a different situation. He's about to get pinched, trying to jump out on them, but he gets stabbed from multiple players on his left and right. And it's Line Shader is the one who's going to finish him off, totally shading him in there.
Restricting limit zone shortly.
Undying Ray taking a little bit of a beating here as well, getting tag teamed by 2 players down very low on HP, trying to survive that zone though. Might catch him. He's got to be careful. He's trying to stay right on the edge there, just barely creeping on into it, and smacked there by Thon, coming out of there with that giant sword. Right there on the edge, he's getting tagged by that Veil. They're all coming in here for the final battle here. Lord God, 1275 HP, looking very nice. I think he's got the most right now, almost 1300. Barely been tagged, parrying very nicely and blocking. Going on Crimson, hitting him once. Senpai up towards his left. Lord God's got to avoid him, work his way down towards the bottom. And Senpai very low on HP, trying to go back and forth there with Advisor. He's going to get out of there and come down towards the south area, and Crimson is going to take advantage of that and drop him. Advisor, the next wounded elk here. Thon maybe trying to do a little bit of distraction there with those emotes. Definitely distracted me. Down there to that south area, Advisor. And what was that? Just Crimson jumping out of there by mistake. Advisor paying the ultimate price there. Thon feeling a little confident, I can see. Limit Zone coming in, and player here with the most HP is just going to win by default. And Lord God is going to just eke that one out barely. Well played there by him. Lord God, not a single kill having been done. I believe he did that in the preliminaries in map 1, if I recall correctly. You can see there more kills, a little more familiar to how the preliminaries looked. That bottom section getting most of the kills there. Thon. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly there, Thon. Or is it Than? I think it's Thon. 2 kills there in second place. Actually, technically leading here thus far. Group B preliminary brackets, you can take a look at some of the players that were playing here, and I'll bring up the other bracket from preliminaries just so you can see how they performed there in map 2. You can see Biggles with 11 points, Lord God with 9. Lord God did win there on the Death Asylum. 12 points was his score there in the preliminaries, and has a similar score here in the finals. Map number 2 has already been hosted. Players are joining up now. Hopefully we'll see Jack Frost and JVZ in here. Again, I'm not sure what has happened. Hopefully they're both all right. Maybe a little miscommunication or something. Hopefully we'll see if these players do join or if we'll be going into map number 2 without them. Bringing up bracket group 2 here so you can see everybody participating here in group 2. It's pronounced Tarn. Am I saying that right? So Thon is pronounced Tarn. Again, I apologize for butchering anybody's name. It is a habit of mine, unfortunately. Not seeing Jack joining here yet. Hopefully he will be able to join, as well as JVZ, but it just looks like they will not be participating here, unfortunately. Map number 2 coming up here, going downtown. Hopping on those mopeds. A lot of rare weapons being used now. I'd go ahead and read through some of the weapons the players are using, but I feel like I just waste my breath doing so. Looks like we got some long swords being used by a couple of players, but again, it could be switched up here very quickly. As these players join, they keep changing their weapons and just trying to adjust to what they think they might encounter. it looks like, again, haven't hopped into the match yet, but it looks like we're going to see Lord God using the normal set of dual swords. He just left, actually, so he might be changing. I'm not sure. We are just about to start, folks. Lord God leaving should be back here in just a moment. He is back, has changed his weapon up. Again, it's like I waste my breath just trying to go through the weapons here. Going for the Eternal Highborn here staff. I think we are now ready. Does not look like neither Jack or JVZ is joining, unfortunately. I confirmed that I'm ready, and we are going through the final readies here with all of the players. It looks like we have one more wait. Or are we starting here? There we go. Hopping on in right now. I was waiting for that. Just delayed by a split second, man. Placing those supply fields on the chest, and we're diving in now. Map number 2 here, heading downtown. Honestly, I think this is my favorite map.
3, 2.
Just how it's laid
1.
out. It's not as symmetrical as all the others. A lot easier to get smacked in the back of the head without realizing. Undying Rage starting out nice, taking out that big boy right there. Got here in the bottom left-hand corner as well, all alone. Really the only player that's close to him is number 6 right there, Charles. Let me take a look at him. Currently doing a little bit of farming of his own. Curious to see how Lord God will be utilizing that staff.
Special relic will be activated shortly. Restricting limit zone.
Haven't really seen anybody engage each other yet.
Special relics activated.
Everybody's trying to keep their distance as much as possible and just go ahead and save up for later on in the match. Players slowly setting up here. On the outskirts, Crimson and Senpai saying, hey. Man, Ed was ready to go, but Crimson was like, nah, man, I'm good. I'll talk to you later. I'll call you back. He's going to engage with Shader, though. Leave him a message. Just feeling each other out.
Special relic will be activated shortly. Special relics activated.
Yeetarn. I'm just gonna call him Voy. Again, I apologize for butchering everybody's name. If I get proper spelling and pronunciation. I'm gonna call you Voy, man. How about that? See what you got here, boy. Charles trying to engage. Boy, he's gonna go ahead and back on out of there, though. Limit zone slowly closing in, and nobody has gotten dropped yet. We are gonna have 10 players in a very, very tight area.
Restricting limit zone shortly. Special relic will be activated shortly.
Man, Lord God has been working the HP train, looking at him with over 1,400. Struggling with that staff now, down below 3/4 health. That is not a good situation to be in for him here, just about as we're going to be going in to those final zones. He's working on healing up right now. Don't know if he's going to have enough time to go ahead and get all the way back up to max, though. Line Shader, 1345, and Senpai right below him, as well as Biggles. I haven't really looked at Biggles much. finish top of his bracket in the preliminaries. Definitely something to be watching for here. Charles on Lion Shader. Thought they were going to engage, but Lion Shader goes ahead and jumps back towards Charles. They're dueling it out here. Definitely got it in for each other. Charles is dodging. Coming back with a quick little swing. That Veil is gonna begin closing in here. Lord God again trying to heal up. That staff is just, again, an interesting decision there on his part. Maybe he's got something I'm not thinking. I'm just too much of a noob to see, but man, what I'm seeing right now is get his ass kicked. Yeah. He is gonna get dropped. The first one to go down here in this one. Yeah, really, you have a lot of amazing players in here. Even if you go down early, you know, it just is what it is. Final zone coming up here. We'll see who's going to advise. Because already low. Charles is going to take over. Just putting it down the ground. Lion Shader is in here in the middle. And Senpai trying to block here, stay up with as much HP as he possibly can. Maybe try to go in here and steal this kill from Charles if Crimson gets low on HP. Ed really doing what he can here. Crimson and Charles still going at it. Ed getting hit there with a nice little blast. Getting him blocked down low. And it looks like Voy, just by the default of HP, is going to be able to take this. Where is he at? Is he on the outside? Trying to get in here. Letting a hit on him. Biggles trying to work that HP train. Trying to get up there. Voy now hitting a nice swing on him with that hammer. Going back for another one. Just misses. And that Veil is going to start closing in here soon. And he knows it, man. He knows it. He's going to stay here in the center and just let it finish on out. Biggles can do what he likes, but he just doesn't have enough HP to play. Well played there by Voy. Man, Biggles, somehow I totally missed the 5 kills he got. I saw him get a couple, but I had no idea he'd gotten 5. Currently leading here. Very, very well played. Voy, though, playing well. Staying in the shadows as much as he possibly could. Able to get a kill there. And just waited until the end there. That Veil closing it in, getting Biggles. Map number 3 coming up here shortly, folks. Bringing back in the bracket here for group number 2. Oh, thank you for that. I do apologize about that. Thank you, NKL. Am I saying Biggles right, or is it by Googles? By Goggles? She played fantastically, or 5 kills there on Downtown. Map number 3 has been hosted, and players are joining. We should be live here in just a couple minutes. Maybe Jack and JVZ pop in here, but being they did not show up for map number 3, I'm just assuming they're not going to, even if they were online, would participate in map 3, but who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they just want to hop on in for the heck of it. Code has been sent out to everybody. So, buy go goals. I think I'm saying that right. Again, I apologize. Gamer tags are always fun to figure out. More player needed to join up here and we'll be ready to go. Looks like Lord God is going to be going with the dual swords here. Don't think he liked those, that staff he rocked there in Downtown. Seems like he will be using those normal swords. The Consorto. by Goggles. Again, I hope I am pronouncing that properly. Struggle Man with names. Chaos Ender, weapon of choice. Advisory will be using that Lotus Flower. Shinigami using the Heavenly Winds. And Mr. Void, once again, rocking that hammer, that electric hammer. Looks like Jack and JVZ will not be joining. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to them. Hope they are all right, and just got mixed up with the date and time. All right, we are ready, folks. We're gonna hop on into this one. Diving on in right now. The players having joined. Got a lot of long swords being used. I think there's like 4 or 5 heavily winds. Let's quickly look. Yeah, it looks like there was 4 heavily winds being used. Void once again gonna be rocking that electric hammer. I didn't see if so be instead of buy, it's be. But he bit. Dude, I don't know. Is that naturally an English sound? I'm struggling. And with that being said, map number 3 here for the playoffs with group number 2, Albert into the land of opulence. We'll see what they do here. Will they be teleporting in on each other, or will they get a nice spread out teleport? I love when everybody teleports right on top of each other, and it's just a bloodbath to start out with. Everybody's fairly spread out. Actually, it's funny, a lot of players hopping in here bottom left corner. However, it's spread out enough that they're able to get some space in between each other and not have a big bloodbath right there at the open. B Googles.
Shortly.
I can get B. B.
Special relic will be activated shortly. Restricting limit
I was never
zone.
good. I was never good in English class.
Special
Which is
relics
funny because I ended up being
activated.
doing casting.
First blood.
Man, Ed getting dropped here, just having a difficult time in the playoffs. I think he played best in map 1. It's kind of just gone downhill from there. I appreciate you guys' help.
Special relic will be activated shortly.
Working here on farming up. A lot of long swords being used. Saw some people saying sarcastically. At least I can't read sarcasm, but I'm guessing it's sarcasm. By the comments made. What a surprise. What a surprise. Void rocking that. I think he rocked that electric hammer in map 1. I know he did it in map 2 and 3. Definitely liking it. And really, from what I've seen from his strategy here, he's just working on placing as high as he possibly can with doing the least amount of work. Just go ahead, make it into the finals, and then we'll see where he places. Then he'll bring out the big guns. That's a fantastic idea, Never Care.
Special relic will be activated
That is a
shortly.
fantastic idea.
Special relics activated. Restricting limit zone shortly.
You know, because everybody has, you know, even if you speak English, everybody has, there's different ways of pronouncing, or, you know, different emphases and accents you put on different letters and everything. I mean, just depending on where you're located in the United States or if you're located overseas. Everybody's got a different way of saying it. By Googles. B Googles. Again, I apologize for butchering your name. I'm trying to get that proper pronunciation going out here early on. Weird that she got dropped there. It happens. Just wasn't feeling the land of opulence. Placed very high, though, already after map 1 and 2. We'll definitely be proceeding on to the finals. Limit Zone coming in. Shin's going to be very, very careful. Almost getting caught there on the edge. Line Shader chasing after him. Undying Rage is going to be there as well. All those players are getting dropped. Advisor taking that kill away from him. And Advisor also getting Undying Rage as he was chasing after the kill. Lord got here, bottom right, jumps out into the zone. Oh, maybe he did. I thought he did. He comes on back, staying alive here. Charles actually is the one that jumped out there in the zone. Crimson, HP-wise, looking nice here. He might be the one to take this. Not a lot happening from the Lord God. I know he was one of the favorites coming into this, but just hasn't been able to do much here out of the last 3 rounds. Crimson making a huge mistake and taking a couple steps there into the Veil, and he is going to absolutely pay for that. Man, Void, right now, rocking that electric hammer and hitting him on the head, trying to drive him into the ground. Going after Line Shader, who's blocking it, and he's going to heal up right there. Veil is about to close in here in 5 seconds, and just looking at HP-wise, he's going to be incredibly close. Crimson is definitely going to be going down, but it's really going to depend on if Void can get a hit off here on Line Shader or not. He's able to do so, but Line Shader responds with his own, and Void is out of here, and it looks like Crimson is just going to... No, he's not. I take that back. I thought he had. Thought he was going to eat that one out. Well played there, Crimson. Thought it was Line Shader, but no, I guess he is. Everybody went down there at the last second. He just happened to be staying alive for just a second longer. Well played there, Crimson. Some fantastic matches taking place here tonight, folks. Well played to everybody. Will be uploaded as a video on demand later this week, so stay tuned for that. If this is the first time watching Overdox, check out the previous streams we've done. Not only the tournaments, but as well as community events. And we will have community event number 3 coming up here later this week, so stay tuned for that. Got the promo image popping up here on screen in just a second. Super excited for this. We will have... Where the heck did it go? Had it, man. It was about to pop up. We will have more myself will probably be on this community event, as well as Crosby and Citrix. At least 2 of us will be here. Hopefully all 3 of us will be able to hop on for the community event. For those of you that aren't aware what a community event is, it is a stream we do here on the Mobile Esports channel, where we play with you, the viewer, in the community. We host matches and just have a good old time playing the game that is Overdox, as well as some interesting conversations about the game and just some other stuff randomly going on in our lives. Sometimes it's tech, sometimes it's sports, movies, etc., etc. Make sure you subscribe and you ring that notification bell so you can get notified when that community event is going live. And stay tuned on social media as well for that notification going out when we are hosting it. It will be sometime later this week. Cody Sports Mobile, you already know. 30% off anything on gfuel.com right now, folks. Use that code esportsmobile to get 30% off anything, any product. Whether it's you want to get some merch, a tub, some energy crystals, maybe a new shaker in a tub. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, doesn't matter, because Cody Sports Mobile has you covered to get 30% off anything off your entire purchase, including the new Mortal Kombat tubs. Definitely recommend checking those out, especially if you're a fan of the game. But the flavors are pretty damn good too. Either way, you can use Cody Sports Mobile to get 30% off those products, the new ones as well, which is different. Sometimes, sometimes you can use the code to get off the new product, sometimes you can't, and they are allowing it off the new Mortal Kombat tubs, which is fantastic. Take advantage of that while you can. Will expire soon. Once again, the code is esports mobile to get 30% off anything on gfuel.com. And chat, that is all we got for you tonight. Had a blast. Thank you for hanging out with me. Had to do everything here on the back end, along with casting and running the behind the scenes stuff. So again, thank you for hanging with me tonight. Appreciate it. Make sure you drop a like, and once again, subscribe subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You can find all the links to everything down in the video description, as well as the Discord to our Discord links to our server, as well as the Overdox community Discord. If you're new and you want to get into Overdox, I highly recommend checking out both of those links to go ahead and get involved with the game, as well as the mobile esports community. And you can find the Overdox game on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Just type in Overdox, and I believe the link is once again in the description for that download. With all that being said, Sudden Death here, signing out. I'll see you somewhere soon on the internet. Peace.